What is up, you guys? Welcome back to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the last video. This time it's gonna be another What If Deku Stayed Quirkless. Tell me what you want to see in the comments below. Without further ado, let's get right into this What If. This is What If Deku Stayed Quirkless, Part 3. Now roll the intro.
I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Before we start, I'm gonna do a quick recap to the last part of this What If. Deku goes to the quirk assessment test. He gets first place and he also wins in the hero versus villain training. He trains Kirishima and they become close friends. Now let's get right into this What If. Deku was training Kirishima. Deku told Kirishima, I wanna make you the second strongest in this class, after me of course, because it would be pretty difficult to make you as strong as me. Kirishima says, yeah, I want to become powerful, and I'm ready for anything you throw at me. Deku gives Kirishima 50-pound ankle and wrist weights. Then he gives 100-pound weighted vest. Then he tells him, show me 100 push-ups. As Kirishima's doing these push-ups, Deku does one-fingered push-ups. By the time Kirishima is finished, Deku had already done 1,000 push-ups, 100 on each finger. They keep training for the rest of the day, and then they go to school. They go on the bus, and they're ready for the USJ. When they get there, 13 explains about the facilities. A portal opens up in the middle, and villains start coming out of it. Kurogiri surrounds the students, and this time not only do Bakugo and Kirishima react, but Deku attacks too. Deku didn't know where to attack, so he just barely scratched Kurogiri. Deku and Asui are in the water zone. Deku assesses the situation quickly and then jumps into the water. He beheads all the villains using his 10-foot-long blade and then rushes to where Aizawa is. I forgot to mention this, but his long blade, his 10-foot-long blade, is invisible. It's just nature energy that he gathers up and focuses in his hand. He sees that Aizawa is tired, so he jumps and starts fighting alongside him. Deku sees a giant monster behind Aizawa, so he jumps and kicks Aizawa out of the way. Deku blocks the Nomu's punch and they start fighting. After a couple of back and forth punches, Deku gets the upper hand on the Nomu. Deku then cuts both arms and legs of the Nomu, but he doesn't kill it, so he can take it back to their school and they can examine it. Deku turns around and starts walking towards Aizawa to see if he's alright. Deku didn't know that the Nomu could regrow his limbs. The Nomu attacks Deku from behind, and Deku sensed the Nomu coming, so he was able to dodge the attack. But Deku saw that the Nomu was heading for Aizawa. Deku knew that if Aizawa were to get hit by the Nomu's attack, he'd probably die. So Deku rushed toward Aizawa, focusing all his energy in his stomach, because that's where he predicted the Nomu was gonna attack. He didn't have time to move Aizawa out of the way. The Nomu is about to hit Aizawa, but Deku gets in the way. The Nomu's hand stops just short of hitting Deku's stomach. Deku had closed his eyes getting ready for the punch, but that backfired on him. He had played right into the enemy's hands. He immediately opened his eyes, but it was too late. The Nomu's hand was 1 centimeter away from Deku's face. With all of Deku's energy focused in his stomach, he thought, well, this is as far as I go, I guess. The punch connects and Deku slams into a wall. Deku now has a broken nose, a cracked skull, and a shattered jaw. Deku is on the ground in a pool of blood. His vision starts to blur. He sees a giant figure above him. It's the Nomu. Deku watches as time slows down. He thinks to himself, this is what happens when you're about to die and your life flashes before your eyes. The Nomu's fist slams into Deku's face. The Nomu repeatedly punches Deku's body, breaking bones. He broke his legs and both his arms. The Nomu then throws a finishing blow to Deku's chest. Deku's vision fades away. He says to himself, "I'm sorry, Aizawa. I'm sorry, Bakugo. I'm sorry, Kirishima. I'm sorry to everyone I couldn't protect." Those were his last words before his vision faded away. The rest of the students come and see the horrific scene of the Nomu beating the body of a student senseless. Kirishima hesitantly asks Uraraka, who saw the whole thing unfold. She saw how the Nomu destroyed Deku. Kirishima asks, Who is that, Uraraka? Uraraka looks at Kirishima, crying hysterically. Kirishima looks around and sees everyone except Deku. He drops down to his knees, tears rolling down his face. His best friend, his classmate, and his master, All Might appears, and the Nomu delivers the finishing blow to Deku's chest. All Might sees Deku's body, but doesn't recognize it. He jumps down and defeats the Nomu with less than 100 punches, because Aizawa was able to erase the Nomu's quirk, since he wasn't injured. After disposing of the Nomu, Kurogiri and Shigaraki escape. All Might goes to Deku's body and wipes the blood off Deku's face. He sees Deku. All Might immediately carries Deku gently and jumps out of the building. He goes as fast as possible. He calls Recovery Girl on the way, telling her to meet him at the hospital he did his surgery in. When he gets to the hospital, he asks Recovery Girl, "Is he alive?" Recovery Girl checks for a pulse. She says, "It's very faint and it's fading away." They start the surgery right away. The surgery goes for about 19 hours. All this time, most of Class 1A, Aizawa and Deku's mom are at the door, waiting to see if Deku survived or not. When the doctor comes out, everyone crowds around her. She says, "He's gonna make it." Everyone cheers, and they all go home. The only people that are staying are Deku's mom, Kirishima, and Aizawa. Inko, Deku's mom, tells Aizawa and Kirishima to go home and rest. Kirishima says, "Sorry, but I just can't. I've got to stay with him. That's the least I can do as a friend." Inko is happy that Deku has true friends. Aizawa tells her, "I owe my life to him, and I'm ashamed I wasn't the one that protected him." The next day, Deku's classmates all come to the hospital, and the doctor allows them to come and see Deku, but only for a short time. When Inko sees Deku, she drops crying. His whole body is wrapped in bandages, and he's unconscious. After a couple of minutes, the guests leave, and only Inko is left. 1 week passes, and the doctor tells Deku's mom, "Your son is the most amazing patient I've ever seen. He's already conscious and even able to speak a little. He's supposed to be on the verge of death." Every day, Kirishima visits Deku for a couple of hours. Deku is noticeably getting better every day. The sports festival is postponed for about 2 months because of what happened with Class 1A. They're so traumatized by what happened. Some of them didn't leave their homes for a whole week. By the time the second week passed, Deku can actually move. He's not allowed out of his bed, but he can stand. But his legs, when he stands, they hurt like crazy. Once when the doctor left, Deku tried standing up and walking, but he fell to the ground. When he hit the ground, he screamed in pain, as his bones didn't heal yet. The doctor rushes in the room as he hears Deku scream. He tells Deku, "Are you crazy?" Deku says, "Sorry." Deku tells him, "Sorry, but I was trying to train." Deku decides to just take it easy for a while, and 2 more weeks pass, and a whole month has passed since the USJ attack. And Deku can actually walk. The doctor tells Inko, "Your son is a freak of nature. He's just amazing, Most people would take over a year to reach this level that he's reached in a month. By the time the UA Sports Festival takes place, Deku has healed his bones, mostly because of his meditation, and he would focus his energy in his bone cells so they would regenerate and heal faster. Even though his bones are healed, he's nowhere near his strength before the injury. I'd say he's about a tenth of his original power. Before the sports festival starts, Todoroki declares war against Deku. He tells him, "I know that you're not at your full power, and I know that you're much weaker than before, but still, I'll crush you, and only using my ice side." Deku accepts this challenge and tells Todoroki, "I doubt you'll win even if you used your fire side. Don't underestimate me." Okay guys, so this is where I'm gonna end part 3 to What If Deku Stayed Quirkless. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, this is Anime OP signing off.